rocking the Joker, and Flaming87 with the Lucina. This is the fundies matchup, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, you do love to see the classics like this still in the year 2025. Don't get to see it too often nowadays, but going off to also another classic on the PS2 to start off. A bigger stage, gonna be giving Joker a lot of room to operate around Lucina.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see how these I'm not familiar with either of these players. This is Winners Round 1. This is the stuff that I love to see at these huge events. The players that don't get their screen time. The players that don't always have the VODs to look out for. So we'll see how this Lucina deals with that down B specifically, with the recovery that Lucina has. But that F smash just taking care of the first stock so easily.
Flaming87 definitely thinking he was going to get to the ledge there after that up B and paying for it with just the hardest forward smash punish. And then that's not even before the first Arsens come out. So now PointedRanger gets to not only take that first stop but start tacking on that extra damage with Arsene in tow, but Flaming87 doing a good job of just slowly draining that meter.
Yeah, and it is interesting to see that Lucina can be a little bit more aggressive off stage with Arsene active, because Lucina can just throw out those hitboxes and deal with that up B in a much easier way than base Joker's recovery normally would be.
Yeah, PointedRanger looking to repeat history, going for another one of those forward smashes on the ledge, but he getting a forward smash in return. So Flaming87 going to finally stop the bleeding there at 94%, but PointedRanger has been consistently challenging at the ledge and forcing him to just mix up his timings on the ledge. He just has not been able to get out of the corner without taking a bunch of damage first.
Yeah, those downward guns are going to be so difficult to deal with for Lucina. Always have to save that jump, but now you got that side B taking up the damage. Another F smash at any percent, any Joker or Arsene is going to take that second stock. So Flaming87 got to find a way to get this a little closer, but Arsene here, maybe this is an opportunity.
Yeah, gets a little bit of damage with that up B there, but not really, kind of giving up advantage state with that up B here. But again, this Arsene is not getting a ton of mileage here, has been mostly stuck in the corner, and another up B going to get the sweet spot there, and that's going to be a stock. And Flaming87, after that early up B death at the start of the game, is now in the lead finally.
A little bit of a missed opportunity, but okay. Finding the most ridiculous kills with Joker. Saw base Joker F smash kill way earlier than it should have, and now dash attack at 187. PointedRanger might be onto something. Who knows?
Definitely getting creative with the character for sure, but still, you know. Actually, after that stock too, he does have that. He's been tagging on quite a bit of damage here, 60% on Flaming87. But doing a really good job with these early percents, but it's just a matter of finding that last stock here to take this game one.
Yeah, doing a good job of keeping Flaming87 in the air. Both of these players have actually been doing a good job of covering each other's landings and racking up that percent. But as you were saying, it's finding those kill confirms and finding those opportune percents to get those kills. That's where these players tend to struggle a little bit, and that's what we got to see in order for one of them to win.
And Flaming87's been so strong when Arsene comes out. He typically has PointedRanger already off stage in a ledge trap scenario, and that's ultimately what's going to be the difference there in that game, taking that game one. Really was not able to get hardly anything going with Arsene throughout that game, was typically already in disadvantage, which is exactly what you want against Joker. Just playing really safe in the corner, poking with those down tilts, narrowing the space out, and just resetting to slowly drain that meter. Really strong, just good fundamental play that you'd expect from a Lucina.
Yeah, it's great stuff. And we didn't even get to see much of that edge guarding stuff. The most we saw was Joker with those downward guns against Lucina, but Flaming87 keeping that jump, and no problem, honestly. So going back to this game too, it's going to be optimizing Arsene when he has it, and hopefully you can. And never mind, just going straight for the Sephiroth.
Going to a different comeback kind of character where.
Can we call this character a comeback character?
Absolutely, because one-way Angel, it comes out and it lasts longer if you're behind. So like, if you're down 3 stocks to 1, he's gonna hold that probably for the rest of the game. But if you get that stock lead early, the one wing's gonna last less. So this way at least, you're gonna be holding it even if you're forced to ledge for a while. So I don't know if that's necessarily the mindset, but it does give him a sword to deal with this sword.
I guess. And it does extend the range a lot. Joker not... Ooh. Okay.
Not the strong hit, but nice read on the get-up timing. Definitely something Flaming87 is going to need to look out for off this ledge, but already off to a nice start here with the Sephiroth. Pretty seamless transition here. Almost threads the needle there in that conversion, but Flaming87 going to make it back, and he gets the stage spike to take the first stop.
Man, that was such a good recovery from Flaming87. PointedRanger was trying to set up a checkmate situation, but got checkmated himself. Woo.
He's been so strong in the corner, whether he is the one on the ledge or he is doing the ledge trapping. He's just really consistently finding ways to get off the ledge or keep his opponent on the ledge with that down air through the platform, kind of find its mark, and that is going to even things back up for PointedRanger.
Flaming87 is doing so many things right, and then dies in the dumbest way possible.
Well, yeah, it's the nature of some of the earlier rounds. Like, there's going to be really strong plays made, but then there's going to be, you know, a little bit of that inconsistency. But I think these guys have both been playing really well for a winner's round one.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of really good play back and forth. It's been very balanced. But now, but again, we talk about, you know, taking those risky plays that end up you paying bid time there, where PointedRanger definitely could have made it off that ledge, but he eats that forward smash.
And what's that down B doing? Like, that's not really covering anything. That's just an aggressive option from ledge that's easier to react to than any other of Lucina's options.
It's ultimately like a get off me tool just to try to read like a nair that he's using to pressure, like to cover ledge get up options, but it's one of those really aggressive options that can ultimately pay for you. But I like that mix up there, going for the back throw air dodge into the neutral B, but ultimately end up not going to pan out for him. But here's where you get that one wing and you're down a little bit of percent, so it's going to stay a little longer if you can get off this ledge.
Yeah, and I am finding it hard to believe that this is a one-stock game. Like, they're both on their last stock, and this is incredibly even. Point 3 was separating, and now PointedRanger is in the driver's seat. Flaming87 got to find a way to get
and
through.
See,
and
you,
there we go. Okay,
for.
I'll take it back. I take it back. You know what? You got me. PointedRanger, you got me.
Yeah, he understood that with the ledge trap timing, he was going for those aggressive, you know, putting out those hitboxes. But you'd think after he already gotten the punish on earlier, been a little more, you know, weary of those counters coming back out. But maybe because you get the punish the first time, you have that confidence, and that ultimately ends up paying for it in the long run by losing that game 2. So they're going to be going to a third and final game here.
Yeah, and I'm not going to... Sephiroth seemed to be working, and then it was a really, honestly, really back and forth game, because it felt like Flaming87 was in control of the game for the most part. And then slowly but surely, those Sephiroth hits started to come out, started to rack up the damage and take the stocks, and it was finding better damage output with the Sephiroth than with the Joker from that game 1. So, gonna be looking forward to this game 3, man.
And it felt like Sephiroth's ledge options were just so helpful for PointedRanger in that game too, because he was really struggling on the ledge play with Joker. So being able to, you know, stall with those one-wing jumps, with those side Bs, with that counter, it completely swung that ledge play more in his favor, which was really thoroughly in Flaming87's corner in that game 1.
Yeah.
And you just cannot tech those, man. You gotta hold down and hit that tech.
That's now 2-1 in favor of Flaming87 for that ledge interaction specifically. Ooh, okay.
Gonna get some good damage there, though. Gonna go for the counter just to try to catch that up B, but it's just gonna space it perfectly is Flaming87. And the early up B just a little too early there, and things are gonna be back to even.
I'm shocked that didn't actually grab the ledge. Oh, that's supposed to be a side B, I'm pretty sure.
There we go. These guys are definitely giving us a great show to start this block, to start this tournament. And here we go, getting that combo. Not going to be able to get that conversion, but nice little damage. Keep him in the corner. But that roll-on's going to save him from that falling up air. Not a lot of like gameplay has been happening in the middle of this stage. It's always been like at each of the ledges.
Yeah, they're really scrapping in the middle of the stage. They're kind of just like throwing out hitboxes. Flaming87 finding it really difficult to find the proper timing on these punishes.
Here we go, finally getting the invincibility cooldown just right on that neutral B. So PointedRanger taking what could be the second to last stock here. Just
Oh,
needs
no.
one more, continues to pile on this damage. Wait for those orbs, but does not find that conversion. But still, so much damage already, 57%.
Nah, he's tilting. He's tilting, man. He had the win, he had his advantage, but now he's just kind of throwing things out, and none of it is working. PointedRanger firmly in the driver's seat, and I'd be shocked to see this slip away. His game to lose for sure.
It's been a really back and forth set, but this has been by far the biggest lead we've seen from either player. But Flaming87 has just not been able to find those corner pressure opportunities that he was getting so much mileage out of, but here we go. Sephiroth is very light, so if he can find a forward smash in the corner, he can even this up, but PointedRanger just continues to apply that strong pressure of what he has in the corner.
Yeah, going for the landing there, trying to get an F smash off of it. Good recovery again from Flaming87, knowing what will get him killed. Good DI on that back throw.
Continues to go for these edge guards though, and I don't think any of them have found their mark. He's been so strong when he's just held ledge in the ledge trap, but he continues to try to force the issue off stage. But I guess that's ultimately just he's all gas, no brakes, and that's continued to just swing back and forth, side to side, just continues to apply that pressure, and it's ultimately going to lead to him winning the set 2-1.
Yeah, they were just going from ledge to ledge to ledge to ledge, and Sephiroth was absolutely the option. I'd be curious to see if the Sephiroth is actually the main of PointedRanger, because the Joker seemed a little raw. Didn't really have a good feel for that Lucina matchup either. But